If you've been playing Pillar Chase 2 and wanted to see some random people's videos, you probably noticed something weird. If you look for long enough, you'll just see the same exact thumbnail again and again. I've personally mainly seen this problem with Aoni and the other Aoni and the Aoni and the other Aoni. Mainly, this could just be me personally, but I don't like when the same image is just plastered over and over again. But then there are just sometimes some good thumbnails that I really like for some reason. And I think it really boils down to either A, quality, or B, effort compared to this. The main reason why I'm even talking about it right now is because, well, it just sparked my attention. I don't like seeing thumbnails like this because it makes me think, oh, the video that I'm watching is currently bad because the creators didn't really do anything original, so that means the content is unoriginal. But that doesn't mean that the videos are actually bad, because a video could be bad even if it has a good thumbnail. Even if it's something like art, that could still be either commissioned or just drawn by a friend. I make most of my thumbnail art by myself, which is why I think I've been putting this video off for so long, being that it could also be stemming from bias. And I feel like that's where the line blurs, so mainly, I would rather just actually watch the video. Which basically just depends on your personality and your opinion. Everything's subjective at the end of the day. The thumbnail or title can have nothing to do with the video and you can still have a good time either way. And that's why I think Rager, out of all people, actually shows this perfectly, where, not to be rude, but the thumbnails are copy and pasted so much that I would rather just not look at them, but the videos are extremely entertaining and replayable to this day. Even personalities can come into play for what a good Pillar Chase 2 video even is. Rager built his channel off of being funny, joking around, being mad. It's in the name. And of course this is gonna be rude, I'm sorry, but Triple, out of all people, you would expect someone with triple T, being a brain rot term, you would expect this channel to be all jokes. You would expect it to be just random stuff, especially with the type of videos that he makes. I do not know the guy personally, but I definitely will say, making a video, a response video, to Redditors, out of all people, is... It is now deleted, but from what I remember, it was majorly all deflecting. I think it's more strange that he even deleted the video in the first place after about 17 minutes of posting. It really goes to show that instead of thinking long-term about how it would affect his channel, he immediately just posts anything. And that's definitely fine. Not every video needs to be serious, because look at Phoenix Fazbear. They make joke videos all the time, and the only reason on how they got any sort of relevance was mainly because of their news videos. So I think it's really funny that they're subscribed to me. If they're watching this, why were you playing Forsaken? I usually just play that game with my friends. What were you doing? And aside from that, not directed towards anyone, but I know, making stuff solo is hard. I know from firsthand, man. But what I think the weirdest part about Pillar Chase 2 videos is the tag section. For some reason, sometimes there could just be a massive jumble of tags, and I think that's really funny. It's basically taking advantage of the system, and I'm completely fine with that. I just think it's funny to see Die of Death on a Pillar Chase 2 video with nothing related to Die of Death. And finally, for the last thing that I want to talk about are Pillar Chase 2 titles. They're not always the same, but they usually are very similar because the content that they are making is also very similar. And yeah, that's about it. This isn't really a problem, but it's just something that I want to talk about. I'm gonna let you watch the rest of the gameplay, but there's a little secret at the end. That does it. I hate this staircase. What did you think would happen? What did you... I'm having a joke here! Like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. And that makes me really happy. It's not even facing with his hand up. Alright. Any final words or not? Come on, pack up your bags, bro. And you'll never come back. Anyway, on St. Patrick's Day, it's gonna be my birthday! I'm not sure if I'm gonna make a video, I'm not sure what type of video I would make on my birthday, but, you know, it might happen, might not. Also, I said, like, specifically Inkfo's render would happen on 414, but apparently that's when they're closing the pre-code. I think it's weird to specifically have it on that day. You know, out of all days, right? It just had to be the one where Bendy fans are celebrating. Which is why this newest prediction, right? This newest prediction is that Inkfo is going to be a surprise release, along with Soup Mantis. I need to go somehow. It was getting extremely late, so I just went to sleep instead of making the art. Everyone I trust hates Forsaken. Oh, so this is being recorded on, like, Friday the 13th. Can I trust you? Subscribe today.